you seem like a bit of a family man, and succession being or transitions. Have you thought about that, and you sort of made a plan on that, and like, what do you think of succession, and how do you think as a family
Yeah,
the way
it's a
to do
tough
it
one,
is?
isn't it? We weren't able to have kids biologically, and after 10 years of not having kids, we sort of thought, well, maybe there's not going to be a succession. That's okay. We can adjust to that. And then we had kids. We adopted three, so we've got three beautiful kids now, and they're just sort of finishing school, starting uni, that sort of age group now. And we're not pressuring them. We'll just see how it all plays out. We'd love them to farm if they want to, but if they want to do something else, that's okay too. So we're in this sort of state where we don't really know, whether the Fels farming empire will continue or not. So there's nothing firmly in place at the moment. And we probably haven't paid a huge amount of attention to that side of our business thus far because we never really knew what was going to happen. But it's on our minds, that's for sure. But we have certainly we've seen a lot of cases where it's gone bad. I mean, it's very sad, isn't it? There's not a farmer who doesn't have close friends and family even where it's been tragic. And I mean that, in the most profound sense as well, sadly. So it is so critical to get it right. I don't know how you get it right. I don't have a formula. I'm open to ideas, but we do watch carefully. But there'll come a time, I think, particularly if we see if our kids do actually want to farm, we'll probably, get serious about structuring ourselves around that. I mean, I suppose we've been mindful of it in the way we've set up, particularly off-farm assets and the iPaddic business, which is a separate business in its own right. We've got other properties. We've got a shed and, a couple of houses or whatever, all that we use. They're all things that we need. Like we have a house in Perth, which is important for our business because a lot of our business activities are in Perth, have the farm. So, we've sort of bought in different titles, that sort of thing, so that it can be split in different ways, but we haven't really worked out what the mechanism is going to look like. But we've never been into structuring ourselves out of paying tax. Like some people, they'd sooner chew glass and pay a cent in tax. We've actually gone the other way. We've structured our business so that we can pay the tax as soon as we can, get it out of the way, and then you're moving forward with a clean slate. And I know that's going to have people scratching their heads a bit, but we're structured as a company now. We trade as a company. We pay company tax. Any money that's reinvested in the company, it's all pretty straight up and down. If we have other companies, you can move funds between one and the other, and there's no problems with that because they both pay the same tax rate. It's all very simple and clean. You lose some of the benefits that you get trading as partnerships or whatever. It's very clean, and we don't want any sort of concerns about, like some people sort of put money into different bucket companies and things trying to reduce their tax, and then they've ended up with this massive liability handed over to the next generation in the bucket company, and all that sort of stuff. We don't want to know about any of that. We just keep it all pretty straight up and down, and we'll do the same with our succession when the time comes. But no, I don't really know what it looks like, Jack, but yeah, that'd probably be, you've probably done a podcast on it actually, and if you have, I should have a listen to it.
Yeah, done a fair few, and like it's because there is a lot of shit shows out there. That's why it's so important, and for the family farms to continue, it's even more important for those like from 100 hectare that produces 500 grand or 200 grand up to multi-million sort of operations. I think it's just important to sort of understand or acknowledge that conversation is going to happen in the due process. So like just structuring, knowing what you want to do as a family, as a couple, and then next generation or not comes through, and it's all different. There's no formula at all. It's just communication. I don't think there's enough communication in farming between families, between everyone really. But it's a bed bug of mine for the podcast to improve.
It's a pretty direct thing you're doing to improve it. So good on you. And you're right, communication is key, and it's always been important to me.